I got my hands up, shaking just to let you know that you've got a higher power.
New favorite combo, you guys, is my Smear Lips honey and vanilla. They restock every single Monday at 12. And my Beauty Counter lip jelly. This one is, I forgot, orange cream. So good. So good. Damn, no better way to start a Monday. Oh, it's so loud. There's so much going on, you guys. I don't want to put my window up. Look at how pretty that is, you guys. It looks like a backdrop. This weekend I have a bachelorette party, and they're actually all coming from Buffalo, which is super exciting. We're gonna have such a good time. Really fun stuff planned. I'm not gonna lie, I was up last night feeling a little bit anxiety about not being with my babies, but I think it's good to miss them, and I don't know, you just get like, anyways, we all fell asleep last night, and Colin fell asleep while putting Jameson to bed, because in the room there's Mannix's bed that he's never slept in one time, we've had for like 2 years, and Jameson's crib, and he fell asleep because you have, literally Jameson makes you hold his hand to fall asleep. And so at like 4:30 in the morning I happened to wake up and I peeked in on them, and Colin didn't even have a blanket on him, and I felt so bad, so I went in to put a blanket on him because I didn't want to wake him up because he's obviously so exhausted. He has off the next 2 days, and the freaking door like creaked, the small like and Jameson woke up and was like frantic, and it took, I just laid down, which it's really nice to have that bed in there because I just lay down and I'll fall asleep, and he's obviously in the crib, so it's not like anything can happen. And so Colin obviously woke up, and I was like, go with Mannix, and I'll lay with Jameson. And then it was like 5:30, and then I went to lay back down, and then Mannix woke up, and he usually doesn't wake up till like 7:30. And so he was just chilling, like he wasn't ready to get up, but he was just chilling, and I'm like, you know what, if he's gonna be up anyways, I might as well just go to a morning class. So I signed up for the 7 a.m. It was literally full. Like, I think that there was literally like, there's like 33 or 34 bikes in there, he said. And you forget as human beings that how important it is to prioritize energy. And I feel like the last year I've really been prioritizing that, and I have also been very protective of it because it's so important in it, and especially as a mother. And I hate when I say that because I'm just relating to like the point where I am in my life, but especially as because you cannot have kids and you still need to protect your energy. But like, my energy rules the world, like rules our world. If I'm in a great mood, then my kids will be in a great mood. If I'm in a bad mood, then my kids will be in a bad mood. Same thing. If Colin comes home from work and I'm in a terrible mood, I'm gonna bring the vibes down, and like, we just don't need that. And I think that we don't realize how much we get from human connection. You know, it's like we're in a room, it doesn't matter what we look like, it doesn't matter what our personality is or what we believe in, or, you know, all of the things that social media that I feel like destroys you know, we're not put on display to be judged. Like, we're just there to share each other's energy. And it's such an important part of being a human being. And I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to start my day like that. And you know, you don't always get to. It's a dime a dozen. But just prioritizing yourself and the energy that you're giving out into the world. And now I'm filled up with so much energy and gratitude, and I'm reminded of, you know, how strong I can be mentally, physically, and emotionally, and I get to give that to the people in my life. And you know, like today Frank was talking about abundance. Like, you can live in an abundance mindset, and you can realize that we all can have happiness, we all can live our dreams, like we all can be there for each other to lift each other up while like sharing the moment together. And I thought it was a really beautiful message, because the world is just not like that anymore. So 2 things, energy and abundance. Take it with you. I also feel like a lot on my mind lately was, we're all searching for this life of I'll be happy when, or we're all searching for some kind of convenience that doesn't exist. And it's really scary because we miss out on so many moments in life. And I say that with a grain of salt, because we're also human beings, and the suffering is always, I look literally like a ghost. The suffering is always going to be there, the challenges, you know, it's a part of life, and we feel like when we're challenged, we're doing something wrong, and we're not. It's just a part of being human. So you can wake up today and you can exist, right? You can exist because whether you like it or not, you're here. Or you can choose to live, to actually live. Not live when you get the house, when you get the job, when you get the bank account, when you get the clothes, when you get you can actually choose to live, because nobody is in charge of your life, and nobody can give you the things that you want besides you. And that's just the truth. And that's something that we all know, but we're searching for so much convenience and technology and parenting. Like, I can't even tell you how many times, you know, I can't, just the way of the world is now is just searching for convenience. What's the fastest way to get there? What's the easiest way? We all have this like thing in our head where we're gonna get there one day, where it's just all we're just gonna be sitting there and it's all gonna be perfect. Like, you know, and it's just, life is just not like that. And I think as soon as we start to realize that, right? Sometimes we might forget that, right? But I think as soon as we start to realize that, we can truly live and not just exist. And that comes with every single day. Like, let's not talk about, sorry, this is so bumpy. Let's not talk about where we're gonna be tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next moment. Like, let's just focus on this moment that we have right now that we can control. I just wanted to share that message with you guys today.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
Where should I go?
And off of the blood type diet. So just keep that in mind. So if you follow Stephen Gundry, I think the step would be to...
Guys, how do we feel about these? I'm so, like, I feel like when things come out, like little trends come out, I love cheap sunglasses. I had a few more expensive ones, but not really my vibe. I'm trying to sell a couple on Poshmark right now. I did keep my Ray-Ban aviators because I feel like those are like timeless, but I love cheap sunglasses, Amazon all the way. And this was like in a pack of 2, black and this one. And I feel like trends, when trends first start, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I would never, like, ew. And then they start to grow on you and you're like, okay, I want to try it. So I was like, I just want to try it. Today is Colin's last day with a partner. And then he is completely, fully on his own starting on Sunday. I'm so incredibly proud of him. You know, so many things have changed in our life, and I never imagined we would be here at this moment, in this moment, especially living in a completely different state. But I'm so grateful for the plunge. Like, even now we're talking about, you know, our next 5-year plan, and I don't even know if we'll stay here forever. Now that I know we've done this, there's so many different things to do and explore in the world, that this is just not it for us. There's so much adventure out there waiting, but I'm just so proud of him because, you know, with so many controversial things happening, and never once have I doubted that he's exactly where he needs to be. There are so many bad people out there in the world. There's so much change in the world that needs to happen in every, you know, profession, but there's dangerous people out there. And to know that during the day on his back-to-back calls from 6 a.m. until, you know, getting home at 8 p.m. at night, well past his shift, because there's just the most disturbing things going on in the world, and we have no idea because we're privileged and we're lucky to not have to experience those things. And it's a cycle. These people that are doing these terrible things have terrible things happen to them, and history just continues to repeat itself. And to know that, you know, those things are going on during the day, and he's volunteering himself to go out there and make a change and be one of the good guys is so inspiring, and I'm so proud. I could cry. I'm so proud of him for doing what he's done the last year and working every single day towards something greater. You know, so many people, one of the most inspiring things that I'm finding in my life, because I love to be inspired, is there's so many people that want change and talk and repost things on Instagram and have an opinion, but how many of them are actually going out there and making a change? He's one of them, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of him, and I'm so just proud that my 2 boys and our future children are going to be able to look at their father and say, you know, when there's been so much ugliness going on in the world, he was the one that stepped up and said, I'm gonna make a change. And, you know, there's only so much impact he can have on, you know, the people that he encounters and their lives by through conversation. You know, so many kids and so many parents that he encounters that need Jesus, and a huge wake-up call. There's only so much he can do, but I think, you know, I think of past things in my life where one conversation has really impacted me and changed me, and I'm just so proud of him, and I'm just so proud of him. It's just, I know I just said that a million times, but what, honey? Put your straps on. This is Mannix's new thing, is taking his straps up. So in closing, in conclusion, if you want to see change in the world, go out and be the change. It is Thursday. We are going to meet my dad. We kind of meet up halfway. You guys know we go to our favorite pizza place. It's called Blaze. and get some pizza, hang out with the boys, and hopefully go to the playground. It's raining. It's supposed to be raining on and off for a little bit. I will see you guys in a little bit. This recipe so many times and I just didn't like how it turned out, so here we are again. But what does that tell you? I've made this recipe 17 times. I make it once a week. I talked about it in previous vlogs, said that I was gonna make it, and I did, but like I said, I did not like how it turned out. I was feeling really uninspired in the kitchen, so I texted my friend Amy and I was like, help me. And she gave me this recipe, and I changed like 2 things, added 2 things, whatever. And it's Colin's favorite, it's my favorite, it's super fresh. All of the flavors are so good. The kids are playing with storage bins, so that's what's so loud over there. It's so easy. I'm always like, it's like 5 things. It's a little bit more than 5 things, but it's so simple. So right now I have some rice cooking. This is the rice that I use. You don't have to use rice. I have made this with cauliflower rice before. It was good, it was fine, but this tastes way better for me. So I have some rice cooking. That's the first thing that I do because it takes so long, which, by the way, Alexa, timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Sorry if I just made yours go off. But it's so easy, so simple, and I'm not a leftovers girl, and we eat this as leftovers. I'm so picky. I feel like you're either all in on leftovers or you're not, and I'm not. But this is just out of this world. Okay, so I have a yellow onion. I did a whole one because I'm obsessed with onions and I love them. So I did a whole one. You obviously don't have to if you don't want to. I did a half a chunk of garlic. I did not feel like using the mincer because I don't feel like washing it, so I just cut it up into little chunks. I have my ground pork. You need some vegetable slaw. I did do it with cabbage slaw one time and I did not like it as much as I liked this one. So I have that. And then I'm out of pepper. I'm waiting for it to come in. I ordered like a big tub of it, but I have this one. So I have some pepper, thank God. Some garlic salt to season. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the rice as my base. And then I'll put the pork mixture. And then on top of that, I will top it with sesame seeds and some fresh cilantro, and it is just like, I can't even explain. For boys. Okay, so for the mixture of the, you can really put it on at any time, but once I add the vegetable slaw, I add in some sesame seed oil, some soy sauce, just a little bit to coat over the top, and some sriracha. And I feel like this is a sriracha that I use. I feel like the sriracha adds a nice little spice to it. If you don't want to add spice to it, you don't have to. Just skip the sriracha part. Okay, so I just put my stove on like a little bit more than medium-high heat. I have an electric stove, so it's a pain in the butt, but I do like medium-high. I like my meat to cook fast because I'm impatient, but I just stand right there. If you want to cook it slower, that's okay too. I just put a little bit of avocado oil in the pan. I just use the rest of it, but thank God I have my Fry Market order. I'm gonna go grab the other one that I ordered that I have is back up. So I am going to now add the pork, and then once the pork is done, then I'm gonna immediately add the vegetables for maybe like maximum of 2 minutes because it's so steamy. Everything steams really fast. And then I'll add the sauces and I'll show you guys. Okay, so I cooked my pork, I added this in, and then I shut my stove off right away because like I said, it steams really fast and you want it to be crispier. So I added in my white rice, I added in the mixture, I topped with my sesame seeds, and I don't feel like cutting my cilantro, so I'm just adding it because I'm literally, you guys, that's how obsessed I am, to the top, and that's it. And it is literally 10 out of 10. Okay, you guys, so I just finished dinner. I know this kind of looks like the tacos that I made before, but so I just mixed the mayo and the sriracha together, and I just kind of laid it inside there, you can see, with a spoon, and then I put this beautiful, super flavorful mixture on top of that, so it kind of sticks to it. And then on top, I did my homemade pico, and then that was it. And so simple. And then, oh my God, you know what I forgot? The rice. And yeah, super simple. And then you have 2 meals.